We still have a laughing fit in the beginning of
I know.
every recording session. Just like being nervous and taking deep breaths.
Just, oh, okay. So when I was on the way here, and since I drove, because, you know, it's way too cold to be walking at this time. And plus there's snow. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to tromp through the snow.
Off-roading.
And so, anyway, I was driving in, and you know the house with like the crazy Christmas lights display. Well, I don't know if you've seen this, but the house across the street just says ditto with an arrow
pointing at it. Yeah, I know, it's the best ever.
I laughed out loud.
I
was
want to
like,
be those people.
I know. I was like, this is hilarious. I need to talk about this because this is priceless.
Yeah.
So
it's really good. The other one I've seen in the past is just like a giant cutout of the Grinch and one string of lights across the front, but the Grinch is like holding the end of the lights, so it looks like he's taking them off.
Yes.
And it's like fully decorated, but just one string.
Yeah.
It's like genius.
Yes.
Anytime we can cut down on the amount of work we have to do.
Yeah.
And the amount of stuff we have to store in the basement.
Yeah.
That house that has the huge display, literally every square inch of their yard is covered. I'm like, where do you put this?
Yeah.
You don't live in a mansion.
No.
I don't understand how.
And I mean, it's a
store all of
decently
it.
sized house, but yeah, it's not.
They also have 3 kids worth of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know where they put it all.
I don't know.
It must collapse really well.
Really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Living
It's
in an
crazy.
apartment where the extent of my Christmas decoration is a single stocking that I hung on my gecko tank.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Right. Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we have a tree and we have stockings, and like I have a bin or like a big like plastic tote, and I'm like, whatever fits in the bin is what we have. And then the tree, obviously, the tree doesn't fit in the bin.
Right.
But, yeah. So anyway, welcome back to the Pursuit of Yappiness podcast. I am Daytona.
I'm Michaela.
And this is a podcast where we yap.
And you listen.
Yes. Yeah, it's cold outside.
Yeah. Speaking of Christmas decoration bin, I have a cardboard box.
Oh, well, there you go.
But I started this year my tradition of wrapping presents in cloth.
Yes, which is
fabric
amazing.
Squares.
Yeah.
Last year when Joann's was threatening to go out of business, I did a big haul of discount. They have like 1 foot by 1 foot or 18 by 18 inches, whatever. Just squares of different fabrics. And you'd be surprised how many gifts that is enough.
Yeah, totally. And it's
so
reusable, and it's not bad for the environment.
I wrapped all of my my family's gifts in different colors, and I like got enough of each pattern to be like, all of my mom's gifts are this pattern, and all of my dad's are this pattern. And then if I had to put a label on something, there was like I used like a piece of twine, so it looks like rustic.
Cute, very cute, nice.
Yeah, I had fun with it.
Yeah, I have not started wrapping anything. I will say, I have seen people use like Trader Joe's bags as wrapping paper, and right now they're like holiday like themed, and so I'm like, I think I'm gonna do that. So
you were homeschooled, so maybe you didn't do this where you like had to cover all your textbooks.
Oh, okay. So I was homeschooled, but obviously high school, I still went to like regular school in high school. And yes, we did have to cover textbooks. Honestly, a lot of them were already covered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, because we didn't have to buy them. Like, the school, like, had them.
Yeah, the school gave them to us, and we had to give them back at the end of the year. Right. But we were responsible for covering them.
Oh.
Every year. And some people would do the paper bag method, and then some people would buy those, like, stretchy ones.
Yes,
that
I
were
remember the
different
stretchy
patterns.
ones. Yeah.
But I remember they started saying that you weren't allowed to use the stretchy ones because they weren't quite big enough for some of the thicker books, and they would like distort the spine binding.
Okay.
And so if you put a stretchy cover on, you were a rebel child. And I, of course, being the daughter of 2 teachers, had all paper bag wrapped books, and I just desperately wanted a funky,
of course,
yeah.
I have like a specific memory of like what one looked like, and like it was very brightly colored, like tie-dye almost, like just something that somebody who was very high like created, and this is like their masterpiece.
I did later on, when I got into the more advanced levels of German and the textbook was much slimmer, I was allowed to use a stretchy one, and I remember very distinctly it was striped with bright colors, and I remember like what the colors look like.
Mm-hmm.
I probably still have it somewhere, or my parents do in their attic.
Right.
But yeah, speaking of rapping,
yes,
Spotify Wrapped.
Oh yeah, Spotify Wrapped.
And mine was all songs that I had never heard of before, and Epic the Musical. Oh, and then also the most recent Taylor Swift album.
Yes,
because I listened to it once all the way through.
Oh my goodness, yeah. My top song was Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2. Tell me you have a toddler without telling me you have a toddler.
Yes. My top song was called Between Us by Alexis Lucio, and I've never once heard of this. Maybe if I played it, I would know
recognize
it from like a random playlist, but I couldn't tell you. And it was my top song, but I only listened to it 6 times.
That's funny. Yeah. Mine was 47 times. That's at least once a week, basically.
Wow.
I'm shocked that it was only, you know what? So on Spotify, you can click exclude from taste profile. So I started doing that. So I think like halfway through the year, I was like, I need to do this because we're listening to this way too much.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna completely kill my Wrapped.
Right.
And it did, even though I didn't do it in time. So
yeah, I need to do that. Like they should have that for YouTube.
Yes, like please, I don't want to see this in my algorithm. I just clicked on this because I was like curious.
Or like, for example, for my birthday I got a crochet kit where you make these little plushies,
right?
And it came with a QR code that you could scan to watch the instruction videos.
Are you now just getting crochet videos all over your feed?
I mean, I don't use YouTube a lot, relatively speaking. But for example, something like that where it's like a one-time use, but you don't then want like billions of those videos.
Right.
Or like, if you're a parent and your kid wants to watch something on YouTube, you don't then want like 10 million slime videos or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Or when your husband is accidentally logged into your YouTube and he watches weird historical like documentary reenactment stuff.
Mine is basketball highlights. That's how I know Jake was logged into mine accidentally. It's because I get basketball stuff and I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah. But yeah, I've really been into crocheting recently. Art Corner.
That's so fun.
Ever since I got the kit, I had never learned anything besides just the basic stitch.
Right.
And even that, I had attempted to do it maybe twice in my history, and I never got very far.
Right.
But this kit, like, it had all the, like, the instructions, the how-to for each stitch with the pictures and explanations and video. And then each, it had it for each stitch, and then it also had the pattern for the one that my mom sent me for my birthday was a little cactus family, like in pots and stuff.
So cute.
So I learned how to read a pattern also, and then I was able to do it and have something to prove that I knew this knowledge at the end.
Yeah.
So it's been my new hobby that I'm into.
Nice. And we did some embroidery the other day, which was very fun.
Made some Christmas
the Christmas tree looks great.
Thank
I love
you.
the garland. It's so cute.
Yeah, I wish it had more sparkly stuff, like more glitters, but I didn't have any.
It's got like a rustic kind of vibe, which I like.
Wooden, garland. But
yeah.
Maybe if I'm feeling brave, I'll add some like glitter glue dots or something on. But I was going to bed. So
yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna hang it up and be done.
Right. So I saw a very funny video, and the caption was I love New York because I've been watching Joe Jonas Parallel Park for the last 7 minutes.
That's funny.
The person who posted it is named Neha Nas. I just thought it was funny though, because parallel parking, every time I have to do it, I'm fighting for my life. So
hard. Yeah.
The first time, so no one ever taught me how to do it, and it wasn't on the driver's test when I took it. Yeah. They stopped making you do it.
I failed my driver's test twice because I couldn't parallel park.
So
I could do everything else.
Because they didn't make me do it, I just never really learned. And
of course.
And so then one day I was in downtown, and basically I was going to therapy, and I ended up being late to therapy because there was only I could only find a parallel parking spot.
Those downtown areas are brutal.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I guess I have to do this. I got stuck and I had to look up a YouTube video. It took me like 10 minutes, and I'm just like going back and forth, and I'm crying, and I'm just like, this is horrible. And I'm like, I'm sorry, people are honking at me, and I'm just like, this is the worst day of my life. So
that's awful.
Yeah, parallel parking is one of the hardest battles. So
honestly, I had to do it in my driving test. I failed my license test, practical test, twice because I couldn't parallel park properly.
Right.
And ever since I took the test, I have not done it one single time since then, because first I lived in an area where it wasn't necessary because it was like all residential suburb streets.
Yeah.
And then I moved up here where it's like all rural, and like either you park in a parking garage or there's a parking lot.
Right.
And so when I go to those little downtown areas, I'm just I'm screwed. I just drive around until I find something that there's no other cars.
Yeah, right.
The other week I went to visit a friend, and there was a parade in their town. And there was just literally the entire town was packed full. Every single square inch of curb was taken.
Oof.
And the person whose house I was going to had a spot in front, and I could not get into it because it was parallel parking.
Oh no.
So the person whose house it was came out and parked my car for me.
Well, that was nice of them.
Yeah, it was nice of them, but I was very embarrassed. I was like, yeah, I'm a millennial. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, I can barely park anyway. Like,
yeah,
I have horrible parking jobs, and I do my best, but I am just a girl after all. And it's so bad. I'm really bad at parking. I specifically can't park if I have to turn right into the spot.
Yeah, you gotta swing out.
Yeah, if I turn left into the spot, I'm good. But if I have to turn right into the spot, it's gonna be crooked.
You got I always think did you ever watch Psych?
A little bit.
So Gus had a car that he borrowed from his work. Like it was a work car.
Mm-hmm.
And he called it the Blueberry because it was this little tiny blue thing.
Uh-huh.
And of course, his chaos friend Sean would always like make him drive the work car to all these shenanigans. There's one episode that I think about all the time where there's a mummy that goes missing from a museum, and they see the guy making a getaway in a van, and they go to chase him. They have to back the blueberry out of the parking spot and like get out of the lot. And Gus is so paranoid about hitting somebody with the work car that he makes like all these teeny little turns, teeny little back and
forth.
It's
like an 18-point turn.
One of Sean's line is, "What are you doing? An 11-point turn?" And I think about that all the time whenever I can't get in a spot, or I'm like very hesitant about being able to fit, especially since my car doesn't have a backup camera.
Right.
I think about that all the time. I just hear, "Is this an 11-point turn?" in my head.
I would not survive without backup camera. Like, it's so bad.
I survive, but I don't thrive.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah.
And then on the off chance, like the rare occasion when I drive my husband's car that does have a backup camera, I like forget that it's there, and I'm twisting around looking out the back window like an idiot.
That's so funny. Oh, before I forget, so this is important. So a couple episodes ago, I forget which episode it was, we were talking about CRISPR therapy.
Yes, for was it AIDS?
Yeah,
treatment?
Yes. It was a cure for HIV. And a friend of ours, big listener of the podcast, shout out to Katie Starr, our top listener of the year 2025.
Oh yeah.
So she texted, and because she had listened to that episode, and she texted and was like, so CRISPR does stand for something. It stands for clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats, which is the natural bacterial DNA sequences. So the more you know.
Glad we could clear that up.
Yeah. I'm like, I still am not certain that I fully know what that
absolutely
means.
not. No. That is for someone much smarter than I to figure out.
There's a reason why we're not physician's assistants like she is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I wanted to make sure that we touched on that because
we love a follow-up.
We love a follow-up.
Anytime any of you guys have information for us, send it over.
We want to know. Because we're stupid at the end of the day.
I still am dying to know what it's like to work in the molar teeth collecting business.
Yeah, and the Guinness World Record.
Yes, absolutely. Rat training also would be fascinating. We need to get a rat trainer on the pod. Find somebody who wants to be a guest speaker.
Oh, goodness.
So Pantone released their 2026 color of the year.
Isn't it just like white?
It is. Let me find the official. So the article that I saw from Lifestyle magazine was Pantone's color of the year for 2026 branded tone deaf and boring. And it said it is the company picked a, quote, billowy and balanced shade of white for the first time ever. The color is called Cloud Dancer.
Oh my gosh.
The same shade as milk, a pair of AirPods, or a blank sheet of paper.
Wow.
They said that it is to represent the collective sense that society is craving respite, less noise, less fun, more simplicity, and an opportunity to embrace a fresh start. Needless to say, this article is filled with rebuttals.
Yeah.
One person said that the color selection was painfully tone deaf at a time when white supremacy is resurfacing loudly in national leadership and policy.
Yeah.
Somebody else called it rage bait, which might also be true. And then other people were like, sometimes a color, however threatening it may appear to the terminally online, is just a color. Which I thought was funny. Pantone has chosen a new color each year since 1999 to forecast the zeitgeist for the upcoming year. So let's hope that this coming year is not Cloud Dancer
White.
Yeah.
I think it should have been green.
Green? What kind of green?
Like Alphaba Throp green.
I see, yes. Last year's pick, this article says, was the light brown shade Mocha Mousse.
Interesting.
Which was a popular color in fashion in 2025.
Okay, yeah.
And then in 2024, it was a light peach color.
Huh.
It was chosen to represent our desire to nurture ourselves and others.
Interesting. Okay.
So, yeah, it was
I just feel that it's not I just don't get it, I guess. You know, like
I mean, the thing that gets me is that if you didn't want to be accused of being painfully tone deaf, you could have picked literally any other color.
Any other color.
Literally any other color.
Literally any other color.
And everybody would have been like, sure, it's a color.
Right. Yeah.
But because you picked this one color.
Right. And so it's just like, really? Like, what are we doing?
I know. And maybe it is just a color and we're reading into it, but somehow because there were so many other options, I feel that is a slim chance.
Like, I don't no. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that what am I trying to say? Think about things before you do them.
Oh.
Either they knew and they did it on purpose, or they were just like, yeah, white, this will be fine. This won't offend anyone.
I can't decide which was worse.
Yeah, right. Painfully ignorant or actually like malicious.
Yeah, I don't know. The article that I was reading from, by the way, was written by Ellie Muir from Lifestyle Magazine.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was an interesting thing. I also went to a book sale at the library.
Yes.
And I got a book called Fool by Christopher Moore.
Mm-hmm.
And
is this the one that you sent me?
I was trying to decide if I wanted to buy it, so I texted you down a picture. And I decided to buy it, friends. So when I read it, I will get back to you. But this is the little blurb inside the cover.
Buckle up.
Not safe for children. This is a bawdy tale. Herein you will find gratuitous shagging, murder, spanking, maiming, treason, and heretofore unexplored heights of vulgarity and profanity, as well as non-traditional grammar, split infinitives, and the odd wank. It's if that's the sort of thing you think you might enjoy, then you have happened upon the perfect story. And I was like, you know what? The times are the times. This is the kind of thing I need in my life.
Sounds like a good time.
So, yes, it's called Fool by Christopher Moore. I'm pretty excited.
I'm really curious about it.
Compared and contrasted with the fact that we're both reading Air of Fire right now.
Yes.
Very, very different tone.
Very different. No spanking, wanking.
Not yet, anyway. They haven't quite gotten that far.
Yeah.
Instead, there's like biting. Which really, I was not prepared for that.
I will say though, so the biting itself was like did not do it for me. But when he says "there you are" after you bit her and she like shifts, spoilers for Throne of Glass, when she shifts into Fae, I was like, and also the part where he pulls her into a tree and like whispers in her ear, like, do exactly as I say. Oh. I was like, okay.
I mean, it could have been romantic except for the fact that they were fleeing from absolutely horrifying monsters when that happened. And so he was just like, If you want to live.
If you want to live.
Do everything I say.
You will do everything I say.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty gross.
Yeah, they're one of like the more horrifying monsters in Sarah J. Maas's universe, I would say. So.
I mean, the Bone Carver really freaked me out.
Yeah, the Bone Carver was scary.
But then he turned out to be an ally, so
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, totally.
But Daytona and I are both reading Air of Fire. We're struggling to care at all about the love story between these characters in this book.
Yes.
Because we are simultaneously writing the world's best romance story.
The greatest love story ever told.
I think we've mentioned the play-by-post before.
I think so.
Yeah. So for those who are new here, it's a D&D campaign, but you do it in writing where you send like posts back and forth in a thread.
Yes.
And you each have a character and you post from their point of view, and then the DM does all the other characters. And Daytona's character, Sylvie Bellamere, she's got the world's greatest love story involving with the hunkiest man any of us have ever met.
Yes. Tamsin DeMerrill. At least that's how I'm pronouncing his last name.
Me too.
Yes. He's a dwarf, abnormally tall dwarf.
Yes.
And he's everything that anyone could have ever dreamed of. So
shout out to our friend Paige, who is the DM for this play-by-post campaign. So she has to write all of his dialogue.
Boy, has she outdone herself.
She killing it. Every time she posts something, Daytona and I are both screaming.
Yeah, no, literally.
So good. I just want this woman to write a book. So
yeah,
that I can
truly.
read it.
To quote Brittany Broski, I am gnawing at the bars of my enclosure. Like, literally just like
frothing at the mouth. Being like, give me more.
Yeah. And then today, when it was like radio silence after here. So yesterday, Tamsin and so for some context, sorry, I'm going to start my sentence like 18 times. Anyways, so Tamsin and Sylvie have had a years long, like since they were teens, tweens, whatever, on again, off again relationship, because they come from rival families in their like society. They're both from like high society, rival families. And so their love is very, like, forbidden. Mm-hmm. And so they've been on again, off again. Sylvie keeps, like, breaking up with him because she's so just, like, terrified that her family will find out.
She's also the heir
the heir
to her house.
To her house. He is also the heir to his house as well. So they both have a lot of responsibilities, like, riding on their shoulders. And, what was I saying?
So Sylvie's sister Leora, who's my character, she is a little bit of a little shit, sort of sometimes, and she was just like, what would happen if you just publicly announced an engagement and just made it, like, put it out there, because your parents, it would be too late by then for them to object.
It's true.
And I, Michaela, and also my character were expecting that Sylvie would waffle a little bit. She would sit on it. She would think it over. Maybe like after we finished our current mission, then she would circle back around and propose it to him. Nope. Daytona went straight for the throat.
I was like, hey, have you ever thought about this, dear Tamsin, my love?
And he, of course, who's absolutely obsessed with her and like has been deeply, deeply in love with her forever, was like, yes, please, let's do it.
Yes.
And trying to like play it cool and look like he wasn't so excited.
Yes. But it's clear that he is just dying on the inside. But we are begging Paige to give us some first person inner monologue, because
inner thoughts from Tamsin.
We want to know. But just to give you a picture of Tamsin, I'm just gonna read my like description that I wrote for him. Although Tamsin is heir, he is far from golden child. He has tattoos, much to his mother's horror, basically flunked out of school, not due to lack of intelligence, but instead due to boredom, not submitting assignments, and absences, and has always been troubled. However, he has always been sweet and gentle with Sylvie, and the only reason they're ever off is because their love cannot be, and Sylvie constantly breaks things off with him to focus on her responsibilities and for fear of someone discovering their secret. He is wildly protective of her and very much has a "who did this to you, I will murder them" vibe.
Yes.
So, yeah. So be on the lookout for when the book comes out.
Honestly, because it's a play-by-Bo's campaign, it's all in writing already. I mean, we'd have to tweak like some point of view stuff and like do editing, but we're all like very excited for once the campaign has concluded. We want to like write this all into a story.
Yeah. Yes. And I will read it over and over and over again.
Oh, just absolutely gobbling it up over here. And so one of the greatest agonies of my life at the current moment is the fact that this love story that I am more invested in than I've ever been invested in any love story in the past is being written real time before my eyes.
Yes.
And so I have to wait excruciatingly between posts instead of being able to just devour the whole thing in one sitting.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I want to do.
Yeah.
So, for all of you who read it after it's been published, you're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. These characters will live rent-free in my brain forever and ever. They've altered my brain chemistry and I will never be the same.
Yeah. So all that to say, who gives a crap about Selena and Rowan?
Yeah, truly.
When you've got Sylvie and Tamsin.
It's true. It's true. So yeah, there you have it.
Yeah. And I'm also really curious because Sylvie and Leora are so different in terms of their like romantic lives. I'm also really curious once we get to a point where we can explore Leora's a little bit.
I'm excited to explore hers.
She's the like chronically single sister whose relationship never lasts very long. So that will also be because that's not me in real life at all.
Right.
So it'll be fun to explore narratively.
Yeah, I've never had like an on again, off again forbidden love. So it's always very interesting. Like D&D, I mean, I've only played twice now. But it's very fun getting to play characters that are like simultaneously nothing like yourself, but also exactly like yourself at the same time.
Even when you set out to play a character who's nothing like you bleed in.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Obviously, Sylvie's romance is not the same as yours, but the overthinking
and the waffling
is in there so hardcore. I was like, yep, this is Daytona's character. Especially with the first person benefit of like being able to hear all the thoughts of the character. It's like, I'm so excited for her to write some inner thoughts.
I know.
Because normally in D&D you don't get inner thoughts of the NPCs.
Right.
But this is a unique situation where we can beg and plead and hope that she gives us a crumb.
Yes, please have some more.
Literally. If you had asked my 16-year-old self if I would ever care about romance stories, the answer would have been, are you stupid? And here we are.
Yeah. I definitely enjoyed romance at that point in time, but I think I was like embarrassed to say that I cared about it. And so if you ask me, I would be like, no. But yeah, so
I just never really understood it because I was like, I was so invested in like the fantasy part and like the fighting and the plot and whatever. I was like, what are these stupid girls doing? Like, why do they care about these stupid men when they've got all these dragons going on? You know, or vice versa. Like in Aragon, I was like, why does he keep making moon eyes at the elves when like he could just be on a dragon?
Right.
But I get it more now that I'm older and more mature.
Yes, we love it. So basically, our D&D campaign, romance is the main plot, and we're doing insight checks to see if he is angry with her or not.
Yeah, there have been multiple points where I've gotten so excited to read like the inner thoughts of a character or like to write what my character is doing that I have fully 1,000% forgotten that this is a D&D campaign.
No, truly.
And I'm just like reading it like a novel.
Yes.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, I can like do spells and stuff.
Right.
Like I just
I'm like,
completely
oh yeah,
forgot.
combat, right. Oh
Exactly.
yeah, the thieves that we're supposed to be tracking down. Yes.
Yeah, right. Oops.
We have a mission.
Yeah, and also because of the slow pace of the play-by-post style, I keep forgetting that like everything we've done so far has happened in like 10 hours.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been a full day.
No. Nope. But it's been very fun. And we have like what, 40 pages or something crazy like
probably.
that already. Yeah.
I've been copy pasting all of it into a Word document for our eventual book publication.
Oh yeah.
And it's like 40 pages so far.
Perfect. I can't wait. It's gonna be great when we finish and can turn it into a story. And then just self-publish it and put it on, like, I don't know, Amazon or
The question
something.
is, how many chili peppers is it gonna have?
Well, no, it's funny because I ended up reading it out loud to Jake because he was like, I want to hear it. I want to know what you guys have been doing. And there was a moment where he was like, where's this going? I was like, you really think that me, Michaela, and Paige are writing spicy things for the other person to read? Like,
yeah. And then also, if I knew there was spicy stuff, I don't think I would volunteer to read it out loud.
Oh, absolutely not. I will not be reading spice out loud. Are you crazy?
I don't understand how people can do spicy audiobooks.
Me either.
That
I would literally...
I think
No.
I'd throw up just from sheer embarrassment to myself.
Yeah. Like when you're reading it on the page, it's like it's just in my head. But if I was actually audibly hearing it, that makes it too real. And I'm like, I'm ashamed.
But also, like, you know, if it gets a little too spicy, you can sort of skim it.
Yeah.
But when you're listening to an audiobook, there is no escape.
There's no escape.
And also, depending on like how they say the word, like how the inflection that they use, like it would change all the like the vibes.
I'm not gonna.
Also,
say that
I'm just imagining somebody sitting in a booth, like reading this to themselves,
reading all kinds of crazy words for the word penis and all of these things.
But and also because it's usually just one person doing all the voices, they would be doing like the boy voice and the girl voice, and so then it's just like it takes you out of the moment a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
A little distracting.
Yeah.
Not that I don't love an audiobook, but not a spicy audiobook.
I'm not the biggest fan. The one audiobook that I enjoyed was The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green, because I just love John Green's speaking voice. And when I was reading it in his voice in my head. And so I was like, okay, I just need to listen to this. So, yeah.
Right now I'm listening to Interior Chinatown.
Right, yes.
Which is a TV show that I plan to watch when I'm done.
How is it?
It's very odd. Because I'm wondering if it would have been better to read the print version, honestly, because it's like a combination of, it's about a guy who works on a film set. And so it's a combination of his real life written in the format of a script. And then also there are bits of the script that he's acting in. And at certain points in the audiobook, it's kind of hard to tell which bits are the meta and which bits are the story within a story.
Right.
If it were written out, it would probably be easier to like keep them straight.
Yeah.
However, I do think there is something to be said for the metaphor when they're kind of blended together and you can't really tell as the reader which is which, because that's kind of the point of the story, is that like it's hard to separate your different lives out from each other. So, but it's a quick one. It was only a 4-hour audiobook and I listened on 1.5 speed, so I'm finishing it pretty quick.
Yeah.
And it's a short show too. I think it's like a limited series type deal.
Okay, yeah.
But my brother watched it, and he's like a film guy, buff, went to school for it, and he really liked it. So
that's cool.
I'm curious if it will stand up to the scrutiny of layman's eyes when I watch it.
Yeah. I saw a very funny news story.
Love that.
So here, let me just pull it up here. So, I saw an article that basically was talking about a liquor store break-in. So, on Saturday morning, Officer Martin responded to an unusual call at the Ashland ABC store. Upon arrival, she discovered the suspect had broken in, ransacked several shelves, and then passed out in the bathroom.
This. Yes.
The suspect, a very intoxicated raccoon. So, after a few hours of sleep and zero signs of injury, other than maybe a hangover and poor life choices, he was safely released back to the wild, hopefully having learned that breaking and entering is not the answer.
Yeah, I saw that too.
The photo of the raccoon just passed out, sprawled out on the floor next to a toilet is so funny.
I did see that, and my question was, how does a raccoon get liquor bottles open with his tiny little hands?
Well, I think they broke, because there was another photo that showed like it just spilled all over the floor. So I think
he just like smashed them?
Yeah, I think they fell off the shelf, broke, and then he just like licked up the
My other
liquor.
question was, like, maybe raccoons aren't like this because they eat trash on a regular basis. But most of the time, wildlife has a pretty good sense of like, this is poison, I'm not going to eat it.
Right, yeah. I don't know. This raccoon was very
yeah, it's very funny.
Alcoholic raccoon.
I also saw one time a long time ago of a raccoon who broke into a bakery, and it was a possum, broke into a bakery and ate so many pastries that it couldn't move and like couldn't escape. And so they opened the bakery the next morning, and they was just laying there in the piles of pastries.
That's hilarious. Wow. That's so funny.
I have a small book that I would love to peruse with you, Daytona.
Book.
It is, when I say small, I mean smaller than the size of my hand,
it's very
and
teeny.
like less than a half inch
It
thick.
reminds me of like the little like Psalms plus the Gospels, like Bible.
This book was published in 1913.
What?
Is written by Blanche Ebert.
Very 1913 name.
It is called Don'ts for Husbands.
Oh my gosh. Where did you buy this?
My husband's mom gave it to him.
Oh.
As just like a funny gift. So I thought we would peruse it together.
Amazing.
And find some good
gems.
pieces of advice for all you husbands out there. First of all, the preface, I'm just going to read because I thought it was golden.
Please.
My dear sir, you are neither as bad nor as good a fellow as you imagine yourself to be. No doubt you know a good deal about women, but if you are in the early years of your married life, not nearly as much as you will in another decade. In any case, I hope that, when you have read my little book, you will thank me for having told you many things that otherwise you could have learned only by experience, more or less bitter according to the discretion exercised both by you and by your other half. Women, married or single, are kittle cattle. And as for men, well, I have a husband myself. Don't know what kittle cattle means. So we'll just go through a couple of these.
Yeah.
I haven't read this fully, like front to back already, so it'll be a new experience for all of us. The first section is called Don'ts for Husbands, General Habits.
Okay.
The first one says, don't drop cigarette ash all over the drawing room carpet. Some people will tell you that it improves the colors, but your wife won't care to try that recipe. Don't throw cigar ends into the bowl of water your wife keeps in front of the gas fire. They are not ornamental and she will not be pleased. Don't increase the necessary work of the house by leaving all your things lying about in different places. If you are not tidy by nature, at least be thoughtful for others.
Hey, I mean, that's good advice.
I know. Don't sit down to breakfast in your shirt sleeves in hot weather on the ground that only your wife is present. She is a woman like any other woman. The courtesies you give to womankind are her due, and she will appreciate them. Don't take it out on your poor wife every time you have a headache or a cold. It isn't her fault, and she has enough to do in nursing you without having to put up with ill humor into the bargain.
Amen.
Don't flourish a grimy handkerchief about because you have forgotten to take a clean one out of your box or your drawer. If your wife provides you with a reasonable stock, you might at least take the trouble to remember to use them.
There you go.
Just the sass. Don't stoop, even if your work is desk work. Your wife wants to see you straight and broad-chested. Don't be too grave and solemn. Raise a bit of fun in the home now and then.
Raise a bit of fun.
Don't keep all your best jokes for your men friends. Let your wife share them. Don't look at things solely from a man's point of view. Put yourself in your wife's place and see how you would like some of the things she has to put up with. Don't sharpen pencils all over the house as you walk about. Try a hearth or a wastepaper basket or a newspaper. It does not improve either carpets or the servant's temper to find scraps of pencil sharpenings all over the floors.
That's so specific. I feel that this woman just wrote a book of all the things that she hates that her husband does.
Grievances.
And just published it.
Some of these are like the one about the servants, for example. It's like you would need to live a very specific lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, don't hang about the house all day if your occupation does not take you abroad. Spend regular hours in your study or den or go out and play golf, but don't inflict your company on your wife during every minute of every day. She is fond of you, but she wants to be free sometimes, and she has business to do if you haven't. The next section is called personal relations, so we can save that for next time.
Personal relations. Ooh. That's so funny.
Yeah, Blanche with the heavy hitters from 1913.
Hey, with a name like that, she's got to know what she's talking about.
Right?
So that's hilarious. I love it.
I'm going to just quick Google what kittle cattle means.
Yeah. Kittle cattle. I mean, it definitely doesn't sound like a very nice term.
No. It's an archaic term, according to Oxford English Dictionary, that means difficult to deal with, prone to erratic behavior.
So women are kittle cattle. Wow.
I think we might use the word fickle, but it's not as extreme as kittle cattle.
No.
Yeah, I mean, she's writing a book on don'ts for husbands, but that doesn't mean she's immune to internalized misogyny.
Well, precisely. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure the book is laced with internalized misogyny. Like, there's no way that it's not just throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. Most of the things that I was finding were, pretty funny, but I'm sure, stay out of your wife's way when she's doing the chores assumes that your wife is the one doing the chores.
Exactly. Yes.
So.
Yeah. So.
2 poems to close us out?
Yes, let's do it. Would you like to go first or would you like me to go first?
Doesn't matter.
All right. I will go first. So this is called I Have Been 1,000 Different Women by Emery Hall. Make peace with all the women you once were. Lay flowers at their feet. Offer them incense and honey and forgiveness. Honor them and give them your silence. Listen. Bless them and let them be, for they are the bones of the temple you sit in now, for they are the rivers of wisdom leading you toward the sea. So, yeah.
Interesting.
I liked it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like discussion and poems about like how when you turn 30 or, you know, any age, you are also 29 and 28 and 27 and
yes.
like you carry inside you and with you all of the people that you've been before.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
And also when I've seen pretty good advice about like when you're looking for someone to spend your life with and marry or whatever, you need to find someone who's going to, it goes both ways, like who you are going to be able to accept and love in all the different versions of themselves, and then vice versa, that they can accept and love all of the versions of you.
Right.
Because it's not healthy to stay the same your whole life.
Right, exactly. And I also think, you know, I feel that sometimes we look back on our younger selves with like contempt or with cringe or whatever.
Yeah. Embarrassment, for sure.
Yeah. And I think having like kindness, an attitude and posture of kindness and gentleness with your younger self is really important. And especially if you've gone through something traumatic or, you know, just had a hard time at different ages, whether it be middle school or early childhood or early 20s or whatever, you know, looking back on those times with softness is, I think, essential to being able to heal those wounds and grieve them properly. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same way that we should be looking on other people with compassion and saying,
yes,
everyone's just out here doing their best.
Right.
And like, you know, 15-year-old you was also just out here doing her best.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
My poem is called On the Weekends I Play Wordle.
I love it.
On the weekends I play Wordle with Jesus. He makes the puzzles, I guess the words. I'm not very good, though I'm learning. That Christ, he's a tricky one. Always thwarting expectations, upending things. Full of surprises, that guy. Take today, for example. I guessed dread, but the answer was dream. Last week, shame turned out to be share. Sorry was story. Greed was greet. And funny enough, bleed became bless. And I should have known anger was really angel. That's how it is with Jesus. You think it's death, but the answer is mercy.
Wow. I like that a lot.
Right?
That's nice.
It's clever.
Yeah.
It's by Sarah Mooney.
Nice.
She's the author.
Nice. Sarah
K. Mooney or SKM Reads Poetry.
Nice.
Online.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just liked it. I recently finished season 5 of The Chosen.
Oh, nice.
And every time I watch that show, I just think they do such a good job of portraying how Jesus did not do what everyone expected him to.
Totally.
And how he did not act the same way that everyone else acted and wanted him to act.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep that close to my heart as I go forward.
Yeah, totally.
Because there's a certain expectation for how evangelicals should behave, and I don't like it.
Yeah, same. Honestly, The Chosen like radicalized me. Like, and it's interesting too because so many of like typical evangelicals really like that show, and I'm like, are we watching the same show?
I
like,
know.
And it's so wild to me how that works. So yeah. But I think that show really brings Jesus to life and really shows like, you know, how how he was and how he was different than one might expect.
It does a really good job of portraying how we just don't get it. Like,
totally.
How we expect things to be a certain way.
Right.
And we don't realize that we have those expectations, but we go through life with these certain, you know, ideas about how things should work.
Right.
And when people say, like, I don't understand why Jesus this and I don't understand why in the Bible that, and like most of the time it's because it doesn't match up with what we think should happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which honestly, what a relief that we don't have the right way.
Yeah, truly. I mean, humans haven't exactly done the greatest job. So
no. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So, well, on that note, we will catch you next time. And I hope you have a nice rest of your January. There will still be more episodes in January, so I don't know why I said that. But anyway, you can find us. I hope you have a great rest of your week, I should say.
There we go, yeah.
Happy Thursday. Have a great rest of your week. And, yeah, you can find us on Instagram at yappiness_pod. And you can find us, or you can email us, yappiness_pod@gmail.com. And yeah.
Bye.
Bye.